Gang, gang, what do you do? Hey, what do you do? Gang, gang, what do you do? Hi, boy, darling, hi, babies. To anyone who's new to my YouTube channel, I go by the name of Tshiamo Ngwenya. How are you doing? Guys, please make sure to follow me on all other relevant social media platforms. You'll find them on the comment section, drop box right there. I got you linked up. And make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and even share with the relevant people. Okay? Okay. As you have seen by the title of this video, I come back with something relatively interesting. I know chances are I'm going to regret having to do this. But I felt like this was the best way for me to having to interact with people that love, show me love, support, you know, and literally the family of this channel. I'm talking to the subscribers, by the way. Alright. Guys, we are gunning for 200 subscribers and I love it here. I am so excited about that. Like, guys, you don't know how much it made me so happy. Guys, you have to look out for actually like interesting comments, but interesting. Wait, I cannot have been drunk already. Tshiamo, get the grip. Anyways, so yeah, guys, you have to look out for very interesting content. Ooh, it took a while, child, to say that word. So yeah, guys, I'm hella excited about this, and without having to ramble too much, I hope you love this video. Please, if you have or are going to enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. If not, just share it with someone that will find it interesting. Okay, I'm not in the mood to fight with any one of you because under this, I'm a man. Okay, I'm a man. Okay, guys, without having to paparize too much, guys, you are going to realize that I'm going to actually be using my phone here to review the questions that I got. So how this thing worked is that I had few people from Instagram, Facebook, mainly from WhatsApp, whom I got to ask for a bit of, you know, I got to ask them about questions that they'd like for me to clarify or like confess to, or any kind of knowledge that they'd like to know regarding to my life or the life that I chose to live or the kind of life that I had prior. Does that even make sense? But okay, let's pretend like you understand each and everything that I'm saying. So how this goes is not a sip and spill, because I am working on that. That is going to come on the next one. This one is what I regard a confession session. So I'm going to try to be as honest as possible. If I feel that your questions are very much uncomfortable, because can it say but regular Dracula yo like the tab so I am going to refrain a bit from having to answer highly sensitive questions, but yeah, without having to ramble too much, right? The first question, let's check. What was the most that you have done for a man? Ooh-cha! Like, yo, guys, now when I fall in love, like, it's like, what's again? I tend to make my life revolve around a man. Like, I used to be a squad of, like, I live for indoor, but not now, child. What? Have you seen the statistics of women being killed by men? Literally and figuratively, like, and easy. Like, no. So the most that I've done for a man was, I was in a relationship for a good 3 months and I wanted to throw a party for this gent. That including having to Uber relatives and friends long distance and close to the venue and having to organize everything. So basically I was planning on having to do a surprise birthday. That was before we got to break up, so part of it actually saved me some cash, and along the way I actually lost because I had already bought things, i.e. like your cake and gifts, which obviously, child, you don't want to even ask me as to what happened to that. Secondly, how do you tag? Hey! How do I tag? Okay, guys, funny thing is I had to practice a lot. There are different ways in how a person chooses to tag. For any of you who don't understand or know what tagging is, it's basically gents, mainly people like myself, gay guys, who tend to sometimes cross dress, and sometimes we don't want clothes to look very not good or cute in the front part, because you don't need that pouch or boner showing every time maybe you're wearing something like a skirt, get it? It's not because you're doing this for the people, but it's also because of how it should appeal, whether it looks very well or so back to that, how I tag. I got to ask this guy Kola Navy, and he told me that he uses like, okay, let's say I'm wearing a large underwear, right? He's going to try and go medium. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie guys, it's very uncomfortable to begin with, but as time goes you get used to it. You just literally have to know how to adjust. So you have like your scrotum, right, which has two balls, and then you have your penis in front. So what we do is that you're going to take two of the balls and you're going to slowly okay, these are the balls, right, and then this is your penis. So you're going to slowly push up isn't like up to like the butt side, depending on how long it is. Actually it doesn't matter, but if it's long, you are at a relatively like better advantage because you are able to adjust it better. But you just push it back, and then your balls need to, you just make sure that they're very comfortable. You should not push them too up. Some people choose to push them too up. With me, I would barely work. It's very uncomfortable. It's, to me actually, it's very painful. So what I do rather that makes me comfortable, it's again, it's each to their own. Some people actually do the pads. I don't judge anyone, it's personal choice and preference. But yeah, I also do the underwear thing where I'll find like a smaller underwear and adjust it, and I just push it up. I don't wear anything underneath, but it just has to be a clean underwear. And I make sure not to push my balls too high because I feel like you wouldn't want them to get too much friction or to sit in a very uncomfortable way. That too might be very painful. So yeah, that's basically what I do, baby. That's how we do the tucking. Okay guys, I'm going to try to limit the explanation now because I don't want this video to be extremely long. The third question is, would you like to have kids one day, and how do you intend on proceeding with that? Okay guys, I would definitely love to have kids. With me, I'm very much open-minded. I'm not like most gay guys. I have kissed lesbians in my life and I can do it again. I don't care. But with kids wise, I haven't really put it past me to sleep with the girl, but if necessary I think I would do it, although it's going to be a bit something interesting. And to some people they might say, okay, that doesn't quite regard you as a gay individual. I don't know, each to their own. It's either that, as per my personal preference and choice, I'd want to have my biological kid, and then other kids I would adopt. I don't know if that makes sense, but that is my personal choice. Yes, I'd love to have kids. I'd like to get married one day, and that's just about it, baby. Or alternatively, I could get a surrogate or go through the IVF way, in vitro fertilization, which is pretty much expensive. You can look it up on Google. So yeah, that's just about it, shaft. Fourth question, any regret or changes you'd like to do in your life? Guys, you can some makeup. Y'all cannot be making me tear up already. Changes. With me, I've lived not to have regrets. I feel like each and every experience is quite relevant given the circumstance or the moment that you'll be living in. But changes, I think I would avoid having to procrastinate so much. I would avoid having to doubt myself, the imposter syndrome, because sometimes I also get to realize that I do not only suffer from anxiety and depression, but I also suffer from the imposter syndrome where I feel like I don't deserve certain things or certain blessings that come my way. I would avoid that or kill that completely. So yeah, basically that would be things that I'll change, and I'll try to associate myself with people that I know you can't really tell because it's not really written on people's foreheads, but I'll try to associate myself with people who I feel have the drive and ambition to do better in life, because that's one way you're going to foresee progress and actually grow as a person, right? Okay, so moving on, number 5, challenging experiences in your life. Okay, it's plus minus the same thing. Challenging experiences, normally it has to be with my ability to love someone and the level or the depth that I'm willing to go for them. And at the same time, I find myself in a position where that feeling or the treatment or the care or love is not really reciprocated. That to me becomes a trigger, and it hurts 2 times as much as me having to try and do something for them, because I am very much a capable lover, as much as I tend to joke around with you guys. But yo, I'm a sucker for love. Like, I'm a no, not a sucker for love, guys. I'm a hopeless romantic. Is that the term? Guys, Google it. So yeah, like, yo, I especially, like, there's this girl by the name of Lufono, is also like a friend and a YouTube content creator. Sorry about that. Let me put this on flight mode. Actually, she's also like a content creator. The way she goes about having to make or having to carry on with loving the partner, I find that amazing. Like, love is beautiful, guys. I don't care who you are, and never feel bad for having to love someone. Genuinely, never feel bad for having to love someone with good intentions, because that's just in how you are. Regardless of how many heartbreaks you might go through, let that not change the kind of person you are, given that you are that person. So yeah, guys, let's move on. Guys, I don't want to catch emotions. Y'all know me, I'm a crier. So yes, guys, how do you remain so confident? Oh, actually, that's much of a compliment, honey. Wow, am I confident, guys? At least I think sometimes I front with that thing of, I know that I'm a good person deep inside, so it makes it slightly easy for me to interact with people, communicate with people, vibe with people, because I got to feel this about, and at the same time I can't go. So how I remain so confident, darling, I just continue being a darling, and and it works. I mean, I've been dying to be this person for the longest time. This person, as in, like, I've been dying to be myself for the longest time, because I've done a lot, especially in high school, but I'm not gonna, there's actually gonna be a video regarding that. But high school had to be one of, like, the worst times of my life. If not primary, yes, I did have those encounters, but I felt like for the longest time, like, I had to filter myself, as opposed to now, oh hell no, child, oh hell no, we're not gonna do that, child, we're not gonna do that. So yeah, guys, it's just about that. Also, the next question is, what motivates you? I think the drive and the hunger for success, the ability to see myself having to become a better person, self-development, self-growth. What motivates me basically is the love for good things. Ke rata dilo. You know, I really love nice, good things in life, fine things in life, and I think that's also a motivation for me. And yeah, like, I want to uplift my family, I want to have a family, I want to be stable, for lack of a better word, you know, and that would be it, actually. And what's next? Number 8, what happened to our friendship? Okay, I'm not going to direct this to only Bridget, because she was the one that actually posed the question, right? Guys, me and Bridget were good friends at school, right? And to her, she felt as if, like, I flipped up maybe on her, or I started to, like, take myself out of the relationship or create distance. Honestly, it has nothing to do with that. Like, I feel like the fact that we chose to venture into different lives and different paths of life was what actually created the distance. I feel like during school times, we got to love and appreciate each other more, because we would literally see each other almost every day. And now with our day-to-day lives, I have a job, she has a job, she has a child, she has practically a family, and I also, on the other hand, is trying to build my is trying to build my legacy, if I can say that. Like, I'm trying to make a mark for myself. So the challenge with the drive, the hustle, it's something that sometimes along the way can create distance, but we're still on good speaking terms. Babe, you know this. I love you. I got you. It will never change how I feel about you, and we have to definitely link up because, darling. By the way, your baby is so beautiful. Oh, so baweli. Oh, mara haba setse balla mo. This is where I need to make sure I get a dad that is obsessed with children. Honestly. So, what's next? Why did you hide your sexuality in high school? There's a difference between having to hide and being deprived from having to express yourself. I feel like I wasn't afforded. I feel like I wasn't quite afforded the opportunity to be as expressive as I'd like to be, because again, I had to endure a lot of bullying at school. I had to filter myself because I felt like I was threatened in a way. I'm gonna use that word because some people did actually make it seem as if like I would be attacked should I didn't hide it, but I filtered it. I think that would be the proper term. I never really got to put on lashes or makeup, you know. I was a normal gay boy, you know, who are trying to identify identify their sexuality. I feel like I was one of those. And as time went on, I got to make peace with the fact of who I am. And I think the confidence came with having to realize that I'm actually not the only person who's gay, with the likes of having to tell you how you doing, darling. And yeah, and I feel like me and him were a pair which was quite isolated, if I can say. Like there was some segregation going on at school. Like, even though most people could come down the comment section or, you know, come for me with this comment, but I felt like it was very difficult at school. Like, I felt like it was survival of the fittest. Everyone had to do what they had to do in order to survive. Like, it was very challenging, and the last thing that I needed was to prove my sexuality or to fight in order to keep pride in who I am, you know. So the next question is embarrassing moment in life. That's number 10. Embarrassing moment in life that I had, I'm going to mention two. So I was at a mall when I spotted this lady walking like the opposite direction. I turned back, and in my mind I convinced myself that it was someone that I know, only to find out that I was actually wrong. So you can imagine the whole thing of having to poke someone, and during that process you call that person who you think it is, you call them by name only to find out that it's not them. At that time everyone is looking because I was hella loud, and that was so embarrassing. And the second one was in grade 2, where I had to shit on myself, like literally. Like, this teacher refused for me to go to the toilet, and I had diarrhea with the capital D. Ciao. Didn't I diffuse, decorporate, deform and dedicate the classroom? And my mom was called to come and collect me. Yeah, it was embarrassing, hella embarrassing. And when I came back, I found them. And I'm like, alright. Moving on. The next question would be, oh, by the way, guys, the drink that I'm having here, it's a homemade cocktail. It's actually nice. I'm not sure if y'all are going to really see it. It has grapes, blueberries, strawberries, and mint. Okay, it's actually nice. Alright, so guys, moving on. I'm going to narrow it down because the list actually is quite long. Which boyfriend or ex was the best, and would you date them again if you had a chance? The ex-boyfriend or partner that I thought was the best has to be 2, I think. 1, 2, 2. Yeah. One is Bokhele. He asked this question because he knows what it's him. The fuck. I like that guy because for the longest time I felt free, man. I felt even though he had moments of being inquisitive, but I felt as if I found someone who could relate to me. Like, to a certain extent, he was a peace of mind. I'm not the type to cry for men, but yeah, I did quite cry for him. And I feel like if I cry for you, like, that is me having to make peace with the fact that things will never be the same, for which I'm right with the theory. We tried having to date, and you know this, and it never worked out. I am not gonna date you or go back to dating you, unfortunately, given how things have changed. I was more attracted to you because you're not popular, but you became popular. What's about the city girl? The city girls are just go job in professional gators. But yeah, it was him, and then the other one has to be Adolf. I like Adolf. You know, there's nothing that is so heartwarming like a guy that really cares about you. It's not about what they do for you, but it's the gestures, like the thought, the fact that I get a breakfast and say like, babe, would you like to have breakfast? Like, I just prepare some eggs. Understand that the thought of one, I feel like that's one thing that warms my heart. And part of it could be, of course, get that attention. But anyways, I see collabo. So yeah, guys, and then when did you start enjoying bev / alcohol, and what was your worst experience with it? When did I start? Wait, is someone trying to make assumptions for I'm actually an alcoholic? This doesn't have alcohol in it, babe. I've changed my ways, guys. I started enjoying bev as I got to frequently go out. And yeah, I realized it creates a moment. Obviously, I'm not saying that's the only way that for someone to enjoy. Some people can go gruvumbalas, they go 12 hours without having to consume alcohol. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. Me, I need some hubbly there, hopefully should be laced with some weedy. And then I also need my bev, and preferably has to be a bottle, because the cider, they make me a bit finicky. Like, I become, I didn't try to, even the hangover thing, it becomes somehow, yeah. And I bep a lot. That's another thing also. So yeah, when did I start liking alcohol? Honestly, I can't even put a time on it. Hey, I don't know, man. It was something that happened, but I remember the first time I bourgeoised alcohol. Like, I gwinned like a good 3 liter of wines for the girls. Was when I was going, like, this other boy hurt me so good, and that time I was very much aware that he knows how to lay the pipe. I think I was crying over the pipe over him than him. Yeah, like, he's a very beautiful man. And speaking of which, yesterday I was with him, I was shaving my legs. Anyways, I said collab. But no, we're not dating. We're good friends. Put exclamation on that, please. Moving on, and okay, what was your worst experience? Worst experience was when I got off the Uber and I was hella drunk. Not heavy drunk where I don't recall what happened, or I stand to be raped, or not remember anything. Not to a blackout kind of level, no. I was a bit tipsy, so I tripped. I was wearing heels. I tripped and I hit on a shack, which is this place where this guy bought. If you live around my area, bought. He has a salon. So yeah, this is where this guy owns a shack and he runs a salon there. So I hit the shack with my head. And the second encounter was when we used to have like a big dog, like one of those people big dogs. Like, I'm not a fan of dogs, so I'm just gonna try to get as close to the description as I can. So guys, I'm wearing heels, mind you. During like late hours, like, my neighbors, they loved so this dog would roam around. Guys, I'm coming from Groove, I'm lit. I'm like, no man, this cannot be true. I look at the dog, it looks at me, and obviously it's gonna try to approach me. Not me running around the car, and it's also following me, and you can hear that. I'm like, oh hell no. They're like, no, don't run. I'm like, you know what, SPCA, you have me on speed dial, child. I was scared for life. I ran like a hoe who just got caught up a cheetah or something. Yes, sis, I was scared. So yeah, that was the worst experience of life. Imagine if it had to bite me. What? Imagine, dog bite on the thigh. Have you seen my skin? Have you seen my thigh? Or why am I confused? Like sexuality. So, anyways, okay, all right. Coincidentally, that's the next question. Have you slept with someone who claimed to be straight, and how was it? Guys, can I admit that has to be the best experiences of my life. First preference goes to straight guys. There's nothing that arouses me more like a straight guy having to first give the disclaimer to say I'm straight and still have the guts of having to go down on me and do things to me, even worse, sleep with me. Put honor on that. Understand? Like, it takes guts. It's effort. Like, it's effort. So yes, I have slept with a straight gent. That is first preference. And how did it feel? It was amazing. And I prefer them because I value my reputation over everything else, you know. And yeah, essentially I do prefer them because I know one thing about them, child, they won't out me in any way. My reputation is safe as much as theirs I in or of concern. So yeah, that's basically it. That is the best. I'm gonna leave it to that. That's the best. I'm not saying all of them they know how to find. Some of them obviously they try to mingle with us because they know they got bad ratings from their partners. Not to say I sleep with people's partners. Obviously I don't really do that. Well, another condition that I don't know, but if I know like I have to fix this. But anyways, yeah, y'all get the point right there. So next question is number 16 would be, have you done a threesome before and would you open to try it with the girl? Guys, like, I don't know if y'all have reached the depth of actually knowing the kind of person I am or the depths that I'm willing to stretch actually to be as expressive in terms of my sexuality. Like, I have done a threesome before. I know it's a shocker to most of you because to most of you, some of you still see me as a saint. Yes, Saint Anna Virgin Mary. Yes, for as long as I haven't slept with you, you can still call me that, respectfully so. But yes, I have done a threesome before with not two friends, but with two guys who are friends. And you want to know one thing that was very interesting about that? Don't compete. You can imagine the level of high capacity and performance. Get the rating. Get got the new teacher and pretty register. But I wouldn't pride myself with such. Hey guys, casual sex sometimes I feel like it's overrated, and sometimes like I outgrow it because I feel like I'm losing myself in the process. But yeah, let me not even go there. But yeah, back to the question. That was actually like a great experience, I'm not gonna lie. It was nice. It was nice until Tshiamo caught feelings for one of the chants. Wickling kapilu ya speaking na hona. Yes. So number 18, guys, the questions are long and I appreciate the input, so I'm going to try to fast forward now. And yeah, your oldest sexual fantasy and with whom would you like to explore it with? Woo, that's a good one. But then I need this question to be elaborated. Should it be with the person who I've already... Okay, wait, should it be with the celebrity that I see myself with? Or should it be with someone from the streets? Or should it be with someone who I have already had it done with? I don't know. That's a good question though. My wildest sexual fantasies. Guys, I feel like I haven't quite lived that much, hey? Like, I'd want to explore things like your parks, your mall, toilets, you know, your rooftop scenting vibes. I'd like to try that, your airplane, private jet experiences. What does that? Like, I've done kinky things because I'm kinky in my own right and I'm very much dominant, thank you. But I haven't quite explored my sexual fantasies that much. I've had it in mind, but I haven't quite expressed them as much. That's actually a good question. Maybe that should be on my to-do list for 2022. How about that? Yes, no, maybe. All right. Okay, so yeah, last question, guys. This is gonna be a long video. Have you dated a younger man? This is someone that knows me, you slot. Yes, I have dated a younger man, and I have my 2 cents on that. If you have been with a younger man, let me fix the bra first. If you have been with a younger man, you're going to realize, correct, by default they make you feel as if you're young, because obviously they have young blood, they're outgoing, they're expressive, most of which that I've met, of course, né? In most parts they sexually gifted, they're good, they know how to hit the dials in bed, give those boys or kids a bell. But yeah, they're not emotionally available, some of them. They care around this, they pride themselves with having to be fuck boys, and they're good to certain extents. But if you need someone who's going to take care of you the way you want them to take care of you, I prefer if you go for an older guy, not too old. But if you want to go straight, bona, free fly, free bona, express yourself, each to their own. If you want to go as old as 100 or 70, it's fine, as long as they treat you good, it works for you, guys. Each to their own. It's your life, it's your own decisions. But for me personally, my limit to dating older is 7 years extra, and less would be younger, it would be 5 years less, or 4 years less. So yeah, I keep it to that, baby. So yeah, small boys, they're amazing, they're beautiful, they're good at beds, they make your legs go, on rounds, hit you with the eyes of the Undertaker. But the feelings they had, they're gonna merry-go-round all over your mind. But will rock and remind you, they are not for your mother's son. You know what? They'll dribble you good. But yeah, guys, thank you very much. We have eventually came to the end of this video. Please, if you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, and also suggest if you'd also like to see more of this kind of content. And guys, ke le rata ka lerato la love. Alright. And again, guys, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Okay, bye!